just because someone is doing well doesn't mean that you can't do well. We can all do well. Okay? So I think that's kind of part of it.
That's a big problem. I don't know the other genres or other communities. It's a big problem in the black community is that when you see people succeed, they try to take you down.
But where does that come from?
I have no idea where that comes from, man. Like, we are our own worst.
I don't think it's the black community. I just think it's, for one, the human. It's just a human condition, and that is exacerbated by poverty. When you're poor and you're miserable, you don't want to see another person succeed, in my opinion. Right? People who are poor and miserable, they don't want to see other people succeed and get anywhere. So they're going to pull them down to keep them, so they have some company, right? Misery loves company. It's not just black people. I think it's everyone, right? You'll have middle class people who say, these people are trying to pull me down. Like people in white collar workplaces will tell you they're being, they have a very uncomfortable workplace and there's a lot of office politics. It's just the human condition. People just hate to see other people succeed because they lack some level of respect for themselves.
Enemy, real shit. Like, there's none of this, bringing us up together, getting us all,
This is what I will
reach
say.
These higher heights, man. But like, Takeoff is probably one of the reasons why his life is no longer here. But on some hating shit outside of the gang related type of stuff. But there's a lot of hating in the black community, the hip hop community, where you see people out here winning, flossing, whatever the fuck. That's why you don't wear that shit out there, because you got haters. And the black community are the number one people to be doing that shit.
I have to disagree as well. I get where he's coming from. There's a lot of that going on where people are more inclined to act on their hate, but I think in general there just is hate across the board. People just have a hateful disposition,
Or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
JFK was assassinated. Like, people been hating on people since Julius Caesar.
Yeah, but Jules,
absolutely. But you gotta add context to everything, man. You know what I'm saying? That's an exception. If you compare the amount of hatred that other communities hate on their people compared to how much black people do it, it's
again, I think it's not so much that it's black people are hating more than it is that black people are taking it to another level. And that has to do primarily with culture. You can see that in our music, and you can see that in the way we behave towards each other. And we're already more predisposed towards being aggressive towards each other. So of course, the logical conclusion is, if I already have this disposition towards violence against you, why wouldn't I be more inclined to exercise it when I don't like you? You could say wealthy people are super hateful and spiteful, but they express it in a different way that may not be directly violent, but it's more nuanced. Not so much that black people are more hateful than it is that as a culture, there may be a different way that hatred is expressed, and it tends to be more violent. Doesn't mean there's more hate. It just means that there's a question to be asked about the predisposition towards aggression against our own people that already exists at a baseline. Then you add the factor of hatred, which is already the human condition, and you get a situation where people are just much more inclined to hurt each other. The same thing can be pointed out between men and women, right? Research has shown that men and women can exhibit equal levels of hostility towards people in their group and outside of their group. But women, and the way they express their hostility is through social networks, whereas men, we're more physical. So doesn't mean there's more of it. It just means it's expressed differently.
There's exceptions and there's rules, and you're saying these are your words.
It's definitely the rule with success within the black community. Men specifically. I don't know about the females, but men absolutely. That's why you don't go in the hood or go home with all your stuff out, man. You're gonna find leeches and haters trying to take advantage of you.
Anyway, final word, Jules. Go ahead.
I think that there's no need for that, because we're actually now more than ever in a space of surplus, and it's never been a better time to be a human being. Like, you have access to the internet, we have access to technology. The music business is more profitable. This is an unprecedented time. And guess who has most of the market share in music? The hip hop community. So it's actually never been a better time to be a young Black creative.
Controversial opinion, yeah, but look at what the majority of hip hop is promoting. Look at what the content is. Like, maybe we should, steer people away from that and steer them more towards STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Let's steer them towards something that has more long-term value than to just produce art that is, quite frankly, promoting degradation.
These 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds can go home and make music and pop off and support themselves and their entire family. But we're not implementing.
Or teach them trades. Like, less driving people towards entertainment and court just behavior, and things more useful towards building a community and a society. Like, I think there's enough influences driving young Black kids towards arts and music and entertainment. We need more to drive them towards trades and STEM.
That in curriculums.
I think it's a really ideal time, but I also think it's probably one of the most dangerous times, just because of, like you said earlier, like, social media is at an all-time high, drugs are at an all-time high, risk is at an all-time high. So it's like, yes, there is that opportunity to expand and grow, but I think what's really missing is like that mentorship in that community. Like,
Get some role models.
But that's what, yeah, role
know?
models, mentorship, 100%.
Because-
and when you go back to the conversation of labels and insurance, and it's a lot to unpack.
Still stuck on this entertainment industry shit. Like, that's like, we need more promoting of trades, of STEM, not entertainment. Like, we've had enough of entertainment. We have to stop making Black people known for just entertainment. Anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Peace.